We pay our respects to Nelson Mandela.
And ISU students managed to donate over $14,000 to local charities in Ames.
The Cyclones ended the season on a high note. I'll have more on Saturday's big win against West Virginia.
It started to feel like a lot like winter today. Will it look like it? I'll have your full forecast. You're watching Newswatch 18.
And welcome back to Newswatch 18. I'm Maria Lisignoli.
And I'm Molly Gheer. Thanks for joining us.
South African leader and icon Nelson Mandela passed away earlier today at the age of 95. Mandela grew up in a small village in South Africa, and in the 1940s he started organizing strikes and demonstrations against racial segregation. Later, Mandela and others started using guerrilla tactics to bring down the government. Mandela was charged with treason and sentenced to a life in prison. He was sent to one of South Africa's harshest prisons, and there he spent 27 years. He was freed in 1990. A few years later, he won the Nobel Peace Prize and was elected South Africa's first black president. President Obama gave thanks and remembrance to Mandela in a speech earlier. Mandela will always be remembered for his courage and perseverance in the face of adversity.
$5 can buy you lunch or a vintage sweater, but what about building an investment with a $14,000 return? Assistant Professor of Management Andrea Kiss at Iowa State challenged her business management students to do just that. The students were split into groups, and each group was given an initial investment of $5. Over the course of the semester, all of the groups brought in a combined total of $14,000 to donate to local charities in and around Ames. This is just more proof that you can still do a lot when you start with just a little.
Judy Smith, the woman who inspired the lead character of ABC's television show Scandal, will be speaking at Iowa State next Monday. The current crisis manager and former White House press secretary will speak about her experiences that have helped influence the popular television show. Smith has overseen legal and public communications on a number of high-profile criminal and civil cases and provided counsel to international heads of state, executives of major corporations, and, not to mention, Hollywood celebrities. The event begins at 8 p.m. in the Great Hall of the Memorial Union, and you can also check out her new book on crisis management entitled Good Self, Bad Self: How to Bounce Back from a Personal Crisis.
Iowa State is already one of the most beautiful campuses in the nation, but that didn't stop a $25 million donation. The plan is to create a new campus entrance and enclose the south end of Jack Trice Stadium, effectively sealing off the area. The donation came from Roy and Bobby Riemann, both alumni of Iowa State, who also sponsor Riemann Gardens. This donation will set the university forward to request permission from the Board of Regents to begin planning for the project. The university is very thankful for the gift and looks forward to making the campus even more inviting than before.
How safe is your password-protected computer? With hacking becoming increasingly popular, your personal or important information could easily be hijacked. Because of this, Iowa State engineers are creating a method of keeping computers safe that identifies a person's different typing rhythms. They call the new technology cognitive fingerprints, which are able to distinguish legitimate users versus imposters. Although this technology is still in the testing phase, ISU engineers hope to have this technology available within a year. This is yet another example of how improved technology has the power of possibly to damage the public security.
Ames schools are saving millions on their journey for better schools. The Ames Community School District is expected to save $20 million in interest as officials approve the last of a series of bond sales. These sales are being made to finance the rebuilding of their 5 elementary buildings. This is another step in the right direction as the city of Ames continues its goal to revitalize the city and improve education standards across the board.
Money is tight, but will it get tighter for ISU students? The State Board of Regents has approved a second-year tuition freeze for undergraduates at Iowa's 3 public universities, including ISU. But will the proposal The proposal will hinge on the outcome of the 2014 legislative session. The board's chief business operator, Patrice Sayer, points out that until budgets for next year are finalized, the board is likely to postpone the matter. If the tuition freeze gets approved, it will go towards resident undergraduates at Iowa State University, the University of Iowa, and the University of Northern Iowa. And now we're joined here at the desk by Nate. What's going on in Cyclone sports?
Well, Maria, the Cyclones gave the fans something to be thankful for last week with a win in triple overtime, but I'll have more on that after the break. You're watching Newswatch 18. I'm Nate Buscko with your Cyclone Sports Update. Despite a disappointing season overall, Paul Rhodes and the Iowa State football program ended 2013 on a high note, charging back from a 17-point fourth-quarter deficit to knock off West Virginia in triple overtime, 52-44. The seniors, most notably linebacker Jeremiah George, were sent off in style as the Cyclones were able to get their most impressive win of the season on the road in Morgantown. The team showed an unbelievable amount of heart, and the defense was able to step up at the end of the game to stop the Mountaineers from sending the game into a fourth OT. Redshirt freshman Grant Rohawk has shown real progress to end the year, and the entire team will look to build off of the mistakes and triumphs from the season heading into 2014. It is an exciting time to be an Iowa State men's basketball fan, as the team is ranked in the top 20 in both the AP and USA Today polls. The Cyclones, who began the season with back-to-back victories at home against 7th-ranked Michigan and then on the road against the tough BYU Cougars, rank in the top 5 nationally in points, assists, and rebounds per game. The team took on Auburn at Hilton Coliseum on Monday night and continued their strong play with a 99-70 victory. Junior forward Dustin Hogue was undeniably the star of the game, putting up 22 points and grabbing 16 boards to lead the way. ISU is currently the lone unbeaten squad in the Big 12, and they head to Des Moines this weekend to face off against UNI in the Big 4 Classic before battling Iowa next Friday in a highly anticipated matchup. The Iowa State soccer team has found itself a new head coach. Tony Minata, who filled in during the Big 12 tournament this season as the interim coach, has been tabbed to lead the team next year. Minata has been an assistant at Iowa State for the last 2 seasons and led the team to a 4th-place finish in the Big 12 in 2013, the highest for ISU since 2007. Minata was previously the assistant director of coaching for the Fort Collins Soccer Club in Colorado, of which nearly a dozen current Cyclones are alumni. On a national level, the biggest story of the week broke earlier this afternoon as Florida State quarterback and Heisman frontrunner Jameis Winston was not charged following a thorough sexual assault investigation. Winston, a redshirt freshman who has taken the college football world by storm in 2013, has been the subject of an accusation that was filed nearly a full year ago in December 2012. A key factor in the final decision made by the state of Florida not to pursue the case was the accuser's recollection of the events on the night that the assault was said to have occurred. Due to the major delay in the investigation of the case, it has been the subject of much media scrutiny, and the fact that Winston is a star football player for a national title contender is thought to have played a part in the delay. Following the decision, the Seminoles will now have their leader back for the ACC championship battle with Duke this Saturday, and a win would likely clinch a berth in the national title game. And that's all I have for your Cyclone Sports Update. Zach, what's the weather here in Ames going to look like this week?
Today felt a lot like a January day, but how much colder will it get? I'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up after the break. Bitter cold out there today, as it felt like a typical January day as we are in mid-December, and that cold will continue throughout the next few days and into this weekend, and there is a chance for some accumulating snow on Sunday. But taking a look at the temps over the past 48 hours, Wednesday we started off with a high of 38, and that fell throughout the day as a sharp cold front came through the state, dropping our temps all the way down to 12 degrees yesterday morning. Current conditions across the state, we see Des Moines 14 degrees, 11 in Ames, a very cool 5 degrees in Mason City, but even cooler in Sioux City with a current temperature of 4 degrees. Current winds out there, they are really gusting out of the northwest with 16 miles per hour in the city of Des Moines, 16 in Ottumwa, as well as out in Council Bluffs, and a very strong wind of 17 miles per hour here in the city of Ames. When you factor those winds, it does put a bite in the air with a -2 feel-like temperature in the city of Des Moines. Even worse up in Mason City, -14 feel-like temperature out there, and it will get much worse as we go into Saturday morning. As we see off to our north and west, there is a big Arctic high pressure off to our north and west, and that will eventually lead into the state, causing those negative 22-degree wind chills to be in the state by Saturday morning. Current conditions out there right now, it is 11 degrees with a northwest wind of 17 miles per hour, and that dew point at 1 degree. If we take a look at the clouds and radar, we see we have a big system off to our south that is leading to very heavy ice accumulations down in southern Missouri and northern Arkansas, up to an inch of ice accumulations, leading to some crippling power outages, and that will continue to push to the north and east throughout the day. And as we see futurecast, there's that big ridge of high pressure that will continue to slide into the state over the next 24 hours, and that will lead to clear conditions once again tomorrow, as we saw that sunshine return today, and it will continue to push throughout the afternoon tomorrow, bringing in those stronger winds that will lead to those feel-like temperatures, very cool late Friday evening into Saturday morning. And it will continue to push out, and our next weather maker is all the way out in the west coast, and it will start to slide in throughout the next 24 hours, which will lead to some accumulating snow. So if we zoom in here closer, we see we have a slight chance of a few clouds tomorrow, otherwise mostly sunny day, and a very chilly day once again, just like today, but even cooler than it was today. Because of that, we have a wind chill advisory out, and that is because wind chills will be near -5 to -10 tonight, and we are watching possibly on Friday night for a wind chill warning, as wind chills will be near -15 to -20 feel-like temperatures. So tonight, 1 degrees, those winds gusting out of the northwest at 25 miles per hour. Feel like temperature tonight of -15 degrees. So if you are going out to Winterfest, make sure to bundle up. Tomorrow we rebound up to 12 degrees with mostly sunny skies, and those winds once again out of the northwest at 5 to 7 miles per hour. Taking a look at your extended forecast, we see there is that chance of snow on Sunday with a high of 18. Accumulations look like they could be between 3 and 5 inches, while to keep an eye on that, as they could go up higher depending on how cold it gets, as the snow ratio, the liquid ratio, could be a little high, and it will continue into Monday morning, and Monday could be slippery going out to school with those winds gusting up 20 miles per hour on Monday with a high of 10 with an overnight low of -2. So we see those cooler temperatures will stick around, and then we are not out of the neck of the woods yet. But that's all I got for the forecast, guys. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Zach. The holiday season has arrived. Are you scrambling to find the right gift for loved ones? Look no further than the Iowa State campus. Art Mart is an annual arts and crafts sale at the Iowa State Memorial Union featuring pottery, glass, jewelry, and more. All of the items are produced by Ames residents and Iowa State students, which gives them a unique and homemade vibe. All of the items available to purchase are affordably priced, ranging anywhere from $5 to $25, and gift wrapping is available. Stop by the Memorial Union Campanile Room tomorrow from 12 to 9 p.m. or on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for a chance to find a gift worth giving. And that's all we have for this edition of Newswatch 18.
And be sure to join us next semester for more cyclone news, weather, and sports.
Have a great winter break, Ames.